Welcome back to my channel Nawaaz English. How are you? I hope you all are doing well. Friends, in this video you can see that we are gathered here to discuss about one of the crucial topic, which is what are the distractions in a student's life. So first of all, we will come to know one by one that what are the distractions that we students have been facing problems and it has now become a challenge. So first of all, I would like to know from Atika, what is your opinion and what are the distractions that students basically face in their life?
Hello everyone. First of all, thank you so much, sir, for giving us opportunity in which we students itself are discussing about our problems and we are finding out the solution. So basically, for me, we all have faced so much distractions in our student life. Being a student, for me personally, when I was a student, I have a lot of distractions in my life. So nowadays, when we focus on modern world, I would say the biggest distraction a student is facing is the mobile phone or the cell phone, which has been provided by their parents itself to their children. So mobile phone is going to be like we all agree to it. Like mobile phone is the biggest distraction, and there are several things that are distracting students from their studies, from their goals, from what they have set up for their future. And relationship, premature relationship, family pressure, parents pampering their children too much, and overthinking, being overconfident, and not students are not reciprocating towards opportunities. So these are personally for me, I think it's the biggest distraction that students are facing for it. Thank you so much.
Exactly. So now I would like to know from Zoha, what is your opinion? As she has mentioned some of the things that the students have been, facing such problems.
I do agree with her points, but as per my opinion, friend circle is one of the biggest cause of distraction. Because we all are having friends in our life, and some of our friends are good for nothing. They always drag us towards spam. They always suggest us to go for a restaurant. They always suggest us to join some social media. They always call us to hang up with them and all. I'm not talking about all of the friends. I'm talking about some of your friends. Yes.
Okay. So now I would like to know from you, Suristi, what is your opinion?
Well, it's not surprising to find the students who spend most of their time in those things which causes distraction rather than pursuing their career in this competitive world. Well, I do agree whatever distractions they have mentioned. These distractions are also enough to pull one's attention from their task. Well, I'm also a student, and what I experienced as the biggest distraction in my life is the whole education system. Here in our education system, everyone is taught the same thing and the same syllabus without knowing their capabilities and what they are capable of. And the creativity, it seems like it doesn't have any importance in our education system. It seems like if you will keep lion, tiger, elephant, snake, fish all in the same line and you will ask them to climb up the tree, definitely they will feel rest of their life that they're not capable of anything. This is what exactly happening with us in our education system. Here the teachers take class with an intention to just complete the syllabus. And we students are in a race to secure the marks without knowing learning the practical things and explore our talent. Now the people say that today's students are not talented, they're not creative, they're not extraordinary. But what do you think? That we students don't want to see ourselves as a creative, as a talented or an extraordinary? We try but we fail because of this so-called education system where we have at least 6 to 8 subjects, and for every 6 to 8 subjects we have theory, practical, viva, assignment, internal, external, minor, major, everything. And what we get after all these things? Only marks, numbers, and as a knowledge, nothing, completely zero.
Yeah.
And we call it as our education system where there is no education and there is no system.
Well, she has mentioned so many things in her statement, right? Like she mentioned exactly what students I think that personally feel, but they don't want to speak, or like they don't want to let it know to the world that what is struggling. I mean, like they have been, going through and all. So, what is your opinion? You have observed the students speaking about the distractions, right? So, what is your opinion?
So first of all, good evening everyone. So it's a very nice environment and nice people like you. And I also feel a great pleasure to have a word with you all. So I am Chania and I am studying in class 10. So our topic is what are the distractions for the student. So being a student, I personally believe that there are lots of distraction for student, not for student only. Everyone has to face a lot of distraction in their life. But in order to the distraction for the student, I believe that their distraction can be their own thoughts. How? Because as we can see that today's generation student, not all students, some students, they are not so much productive, they are not so much creative. Why? Because they are heavily dependent on the internet. They are wasting a lot of time to using their phone. They waste their whole day to use social media. And this can be the biggest reason for their distraction. I believe that a student should increase their ability to think positive about their life, about their success. A student should have that much of capability to know how to control on themselves, to know how to control on their thoughts. Like, as you can take an example of a bird. A bird can, as you can see, a bird can fly in the sky through its wing. So it is totally depend on the bird, how the bird will open its wings and how the bird will fly in the sky. So exactly, it is totally depend on you. How will you open your positive thoughts and how will you make yourself perfect? So thank you so much.
Very well. Well, so I would like to know from you that what is your opinion?
First of all, I would like to say thank sir that you gave us a very sensational topic and very realistic topic that distraction is a part of our life. This is a part of every human being. That everyone get distracted in some in every age of their life. So here we are mainly discussing about the what are the distraction of a student's life. So being a student, I think that having no clear vision is the biggest distraction. Like after matriculation, after intermediate, and even after graduation, we don't have clear vision, we don't have ambition, we don't have goal that what we want to be and what we want to do. And this is the main reason that we just always procrastinate our schedule. We are not focusing on our study. So I think this is the biggest reason that the students are getting distracted from their
Goals.
study and their goals. And in return, they are misguided from their path. Like they are wasting their time. They are wandering with their friends.
Not with their friends.
Yeah, they're just thinking that they're enjoying their life, but in reality they are wasting their time. So that's it.
Right? You have mentioned one very key point that the students are personally now feeling that life is given for once. Why shouldn't we enjoy it? So simply we can say that life is not meant for enjoying, right?
Yes.
You exactly mean.
Yes.
All right. So I'm like, Habiba, what is your opinion as they are like going through this conversation? What have you found? What can be the distractions in the student life?
Well, I totally agree with what they mentioned, but I think that parental affection can also be one of the biggest cause for this distraction because some of our parents they give mobile phones and all the freedom to their children which is not required at that particular age. They are free to do whatever they desire and will for. And I think that they are doing the biggest mistake because they themselves are not allowing their children to be more productive and creative in terms of knowledge and education. So, when we can take an example that when we search for a word on internet, that we get the knowledge and the meaning of that particular word. But on other hand, when we search for that word on a dictionary, we get the knowledge about so many words.
Right.
While finding our name, we can see that we get the knowledge about so many words. That can be the good example for such problems. And it's also well said that facility skills creativity, because this mobile phone, which is a very good facility to us, and we are taking it to a wrong path. We are not using it correctly. And the children who are getting all the freedom from their parents, they too are misusing their facilities which
Right.
their parents provide. So I think
Exactly.
parental affection can be the biggest cause for this distraction. Thank you.
Very good. So we have seen that what are the distractions that the students are going through. Now when it comes to solution, I would like to know from you people again that what can be the solution so that the student get something beneficial in their life. So what is your opinion firstly?
So for me, being a student, I personally want to ask a question that what is the definition of student? Like being creative,
Right.
obedient, sincere, disciplined,
Right.
honest, and the most important, responsibility. He or she should take responsibilities. Like when a student is responsible, when a student have that much honesty to his studies, definitely he will work hard. He'll work hard, and he will find that way so he can cope up with all those distractions that are just going. Like there are so many distractions coming ahead, but some people like cope up with the situations and go ahead from what we are being on this situation right now. So, for me, I should say a student must be responsible towards his studies and to be honest. Definitely has to be honest towards his parents, teachers, and their classmates as well as to their studies. And being disciplined is the most important key through which a student and everyone will get success in a very serene way, in a serenity way.
Yeah.
So purity has to be mentioned in there. So basically, I would say that students must be responsible to their studies.
Right. So one has to be very responsible in his or her life without being responsible in our life, we can't achieve what we actually want. So you have mentioned very good point. I do agree. Now, your Zoha, what is your solution and like what can be the conclusion? What message you want to provide to the viewers by watching your video? I hope that there might be some revolution in their life. So what do you think?
If you really don't want to get distracted, choose your circle by seeing their behavior, by seeing their way of speaking. Because sometimes we try to imitate them. And please don't make friends who are in relationships like girl and boy and all. Because there is one statement, चाय में डूबे बिस्किट और इश्क में डूबा दोस्त किसी काम का नहीं. Believe me, your bad circle can teach you disrespect. Your bad circle can teach you. It can distract you from everything around you.
Alright, very good. One has to stay away, from such things. I request you personally, so not to indulge in such things. Alright. So, like Celeste, what is your conclusion?
Sir, we need to understand that this is the time where people are at the highest level of our energy, and if we will, at this stage, if we will learn that how to focus and manage balance within ourselves, definitely this distraction will transform into something fantastic. Although it's easier said than done, but it's possible that one can overcome all these distractions. So we need to cut crap things from our life and focus what is important. It's not easy, but it's necessary.
Right. Exactly, I do agree that problem is the system. It's a problem is the mother of system, right? So problem is obvious that anyone can go through it, but unfortunately, ultimately they will overcome the problem and they will definitely get what they want from their life. But for that, they need to have need to neutralize their mind to overcome such problems. Alright, so again, I would like to know from Habiba, what can be the solution?
I think there's a certain age and a certain time for everything. So mobile phone should be given to the children at a certain age, because if giving it to them before age can be a distraction for them for their studies, and it's a growing age and we learn so many things from books, and I think internet is also helpful, but somewhere the children they misuse it because in the name of online classes many children they use social media, or there are many apps, they play games and do whatever they desire for. So I think that using mobile phones, there should be some restrictions by parents to the children. That's it.
Well, I can clearly find that you want to say that the students should not engage themselves so much, with their cell phone and they should not spend their time, with their cell phone, right? So somehow parents, I think that they play a vital role in order to shape their career. Instead of providing cell phone all the time, they should try to actually, they should try not to, let them use all the time. They must look after that what their children are doing exactly, right? All right. So now you, Sandhya, what is your conclusion?
Well, I feel that the solution can be their trust.
Okay.
Because if they have trust in themselves, then they do not need anyone to realize who they are and what they really deserve. And the second one is their own goals. It's very important for all students to have a own goal. Because if they have their proper own goal, then their own goal can help them to reach to the way of success. These two things are the weapon for every student to fight with their distractions.
I remember one thing that it is as similar as if I ask an auto driver, Bhaiya, please take me somewhere. But the auto driver will definitely ask from me that where do you want to go, sir? I will say just जहाँ मर्जी वहाँ ले चलिए. So it is something like you must know the goal.
Yes.
I mean, like you must know the aim. Your destination should be there, like where you are traveling.
Yes.
So similarly, a student must have a goal, right? To chase their goal. First of all, they need to develop, an idea to get their goal, what they actually want to become, what they actually want to, prove to the world, right? So this is what you, some
Yes,
way
sir.
want to
Trust is
mention.
also
Yeah,
needed.
trust is, it is an essential part, right?
Yes, sir.
Because our parents allow us to go schools and colleges, so they have a trust. So somewhere students should not be there to trust, break their trust.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So what is your opinion, Raj?
As I mentioned that having no clear goal and having no ambition is the major factor of distraction for a student life. So as Sania mentioned it already that a student must have a goal, and a student must be trained from the early age. What the problem I am observing that is, we think that after matriculation and after intermediate we will set our goal that what we want to be, and behind it we just lost a major period of time. That I think that the childhood is the period which is like where a child can found their own ability. Like if someone want to be a doctor, someone want to be an engineer, so they have to go through it. They have to choose that particular subject only. And for that, the teacher and parents have to be very cooperative. I think this is the only solution from which a student can remove all the distraction from their life, and they will be successful in their life. Thank you.
Exactly. So here we can see that our goal must be decided, and there are so many distractions that we come across every day. So instead of neglecting them, we should try to find out some positive reason, that there has to be some reason that why you study. First of all, you must know the purpose behind your educational background and all. Whatever you are doing, if you're going through books, you must know that why you're studying. If you're attending your classes, you must know that why you're attending your class. So there has to be a purpose behind your education, right? You should not waste your time to let people know that you are going to school, you are going to college, and you are trying to prove something to the world that you're studying, right? So instead of pretending such things, you should be a bit real and you must chase your goal. You must make your goal first of all, and then after we should try to follow the goal. And I hope this will be quite enough for today. And thanks to all, and I would like for joining me. Thank you. And for viewers, I would like to say that do not forget to hit the like button. Do subscribe to my channel. Keep watching. Thank you. See you soon.